The time is now. The shot's already fired. And I'm getting like track on field, at the Olympics when they're waiting for the shot to be fired in the air so that they can take off. Stop waiting for the shot, just go. Run before the shot, even if it gets you disqualified. We spend so much time at the beginning that we never even make it to the end. I feel like that we spend so much time in our heads thinking about how we're gonna start, when we're gonna start. We spend so much thinking about the how, the when, the where, that we don't even make the step. And we think so much to the point where we even start thinking to the end as if we know the end. As if we already know how the end is gonna go. As it relates to love, this can be extrapolated to you. You might want to go into a connection with a person, but then you stop yourself and you start overthinking and you're like, but this won't go right and that won't. It's like we're trying to predict the entire future without even experiencing the present. And ultimately, to predict the future is to create it. And I feel like that we spend so much time in the present moment thinking about the future that we don't even take a step towards the future. And ultimately, we are the ones that have to take the step to the future, because if we don't take the step, then no one is going to do it for us. And plus, even if no one is going to do it for us, even if we don't take the step, the thing is, nothing is going to change. Ultimately, if you don't do something different, then nothing different will appear in your life. And that's what I'm beginning to realize. So with that being said, I feel like that we need to stop waiting for external confirmation. Stop waiting for a voice. Stop waiting for a person. Stop waiting for a certain thing. Stop waiting to be perfect. You'll never be perfect. You'll never be complete. I feel like that we are supposed to just accept who we are right now and accept that who we are right now is a complete version of who we are right now in this present moment. Because ultimately, we are all that we got. If you ever heard that song, or really it's a quote, born alone, die alone. We came out the womb alone. We're in our mother's womb alone. And we're gonna die alone in a castic where only our body is in that castic. You're not gonna be in that castic with somebody else. You're not gonna come out the womb with somebody else. Unless you have a twin, but at the same time, it's still you. So really and truly, in the understanding that, born alone, die alone, you're gonna probably have to even live alone. But that isn't to necessarily say that you're gonna be a loner, but it's to say that you're gonna have to start making decisions for yourself. You're gonna actually start building the life that you want to build. And I feel that as it relates to me, that's the type of phase that I'm in, where I'm just actively building the life that I want to genuinely live. And it's gonna take some sacrifice. It's gonna take some detachment. I feel like that when you get on this journey of self-development and just building the life that you want to build for yourself, it's gonna take a lot of letting goes and a lot of receptiveness, if that's a word, basically openingness to life. You need to protect yourself, but at the same time, allow yourself to be somewhat vulnerable to life, because life will not really be vulnerable to you if you're not being able to be vulnerable to it. An empty jar that is closed cannot be filled. You would have to be an empty jar that is open to be filled. Covering up yourself is protective, yes, and we all want protection, and protection is good. But ultimately, you cannot receive anything if you're so protective of yourself, if you're so caught up in yourself that you don't give yourself the ability to be open to receive from life. And how can life give to you if you can't even allow it to give to you? And how can you really receive anything from the world when you won't even give anything to yourself? I feel like that the job that we all have is to give our emotions to ourselves, because really and truly, the emotion it is that we seek from other people, or anywhere, environments, food, whatever it may be that we tie our emotions to, whatever it is that is able to trigger a certain emotion within us. I feel like it's our jobs to actually trigger that emotion within ourselves without a particular external thing, because really and truly, the emotion came from us. The emotion came from within us. So why should we allow something that is outside of us to trigger something that is within us, when within us is the only real thing that we have? And that is why I feel like out here is more illusionary than it actually is real. Reality is more of like an illusion, because quite literally everything is built to, distract you, bring you down, all of these things. And this isn't to literally say that everything is against you. As you walk around the world, you start seeing social media content, all of these things, pornography. It's like back in the day, to watch porn and all of these things, you had to buy CDs, you had to do a bunch of things. Now it's literally being put in front of your faces. Like an ad can literally come up on YouTube and it's some AI girl doing something that's inappropriate. It's like, no, they're literally putting it in your face. They're not hiding it anymore. They're putting it in your face. And it's like, wow, they really want to bring you down. And it's crazy to me that people actually doom scroll in times like these. Like, you genuinely spend hours in your bed scrolling videos. Like that's what you genuinely do the entire day. I'm like, I don't believe you are real. If you genuinely tell me that all you do the entire day is scroll, scroll, scroll for like hours, I genuinely don't think you're a real person. I'm sorry, I genuinely cannot think you're real, because there's no fucking way. You have a career to build. You have a life ahead of you. Not even ahead of you, a life that is dependable upon who you are now so that it can be created. You have a purpose to fulfill. Even if you haven't even figured out what your purpose is, you have a purpose to discover. You have people to inspire. Like, it's like, how can you even waste time? And the thing about time is that time goes forward, it never goes backward. So if you spend your time to watch a bunch of TikTok videos and all of that stuff and curl up in your bed, eat cheese tricks, whatever it is that you do, if you spend like 5 hours doing that, because I've been seeing just 5 hours in my head, if you spend like 5 hours constantly doing that, think about what you could have done in that time. And I get it that everybody's exhausted, everybody wants rest, but comfort is a silent killer of dreams. The more comfortable you are, the more vulnerable or open, or the more unprotected you are to actually do something that brings you forward. And I feel like that when it comes down to growth carries discomfort. You're gonna have to do things that doesn't make you feel good. And this is the mistake that I feel like a lot of people make. We think that the path in which we take to growing and actually evolving and actually, fulfilling our destiny, we think that it's supposed to be easy. We think that it's supposed to be comfortable. We think that it's supposed to be, just a walk in the park. Not for everybody. I feel like that you would have to have a high level of awareness to know that this is not a walk in a park. This isn't your regular, I'm gonna decide to do better. It's actually doing better, and it's not comfortable necessarily. And really and truly, why would it even be comfortable? Like, let's be honest, like, you're literally building the life you want for yourself. So to tie back to the main message of, waiting, I feel like that we aren't supposed to wait anymore. We're supposed to start taking action and start going forward. Anyways, I feel like that's really the message I wanted to come out. That's just basically it. And I hope that you take care of yourself. Anyways, that's the message.